What's going on, everybody? This is Tarver Trades again. Marcus, just here to show you. I had a comment, somebody asking me basically, how do I find my key levels and my support, my resistance line? Basically, for my 5 minute Heikin Ashi Doji candle strategy, I rely heavily on these key levels because they'll show me areas where I can look for those dojis to form. And so I just wanted to show you how I come up with my key levels and how you can do the same when it comes to whatever stock or ETF you're trying to trade. So right now, I just chose Tesla since I've never marked up Tesla, so it's pretty clean. There's nothing on here. And just to make this easier, I'll get rid of the VWAP just so we can be able to see the key levels. So I'm on the 5 minute chart right now, but the time frames that I use to find my key levels are the hour and the 15 minute. So I start with the hour time frame. Go ahead and click that, and now you'll see Tesla on the hour time frame, and you can go back days and kind of be able to see this easier. Now I will say this: I'm using Webull to do this, but TradingView is also very user friendly and maybe a little easier to chart key levels on there and to position things the way you want it, so you can kind of see that. But right now I'm just using Webull because Webull is what I use to trade. So that's what I use. So basically, what I do from here, I'm on the hour time frame, kind of get it to where I can see a lot of these up and down movements. So to start off, you can see at the top here, when it got to 368.30, it had a sell off from there, and then it sold off for a long time once it hit that high. So that's going to be one of my first key levels I'm going to mark, because once it gets back up to that area, whenever it gets back there, that's going to be a strong resistance area, since once it hit that, it sold off for days. So I'm going to put that there. And now something else, like I said, I really don't pay attention to Tesla, but one thing that makes a support or resistance line, a key level line, more validated is if it touches it more than 3 times. So if you look here, it went up here once, twice. Well, let's go back a few days. So we just put it here, but let's see if it touched there again and has some resistance. Look at there. Went, boom, right there. Touched another time. That's 3. Let's look again. All right. It was coming down one day. Tether. Was here for a little bit. That counts. So technically, I guess 1, 2, then broke through. So we're already at 5. Let's see. So this day it wicked down, touched into here, but couldn't go any further. Went back up. Let's keep going. See, this is the area where it broke through, but then it kind of teetered on top of it. And when it teeters on top like that, that means it's still a strong level, because it broke through, went to see if it'll go back down, but it stayed strong. Now it's a support, so it goes up. So to me, that's a validated area now, and it kind of goes to where now it's in either. But so that's a strong area. So let's go back. Since we're kind of trading in this region here, I'm just gonna worry about this region and mark those. But what I'm gonna do once I mark these key levels on the hour time frame and the 15 minute, we're gonna go back to Friday and see if the levels that we marked were respected that day, and that'll help us to see, okay, are we hitting the right key levels and marking the right key levels. So let's keep going. Basically, what you want to do, areas where price hit somewhere and then it sold off for a while, that's going to be a key level. But then also areas where it touched down and then it people bought in for a while, that's going to be another key level. So if you look here, that's technically one, so we're going to put one there. And as you can see, what happened earlier this week, it hit this level. Look, we marked right here. That's the area it topped. If you look days before, jumped there, up, jumped there, up, tucked there, up, touched there, went up, boom. It's come back down, hit here, back up, boom. Kind of stayed here a little bit, then sold off for a day. And I think that was because of some Trump Elon news. But regardless, that's a level, and we're gonna go ahead and lock that in. And if we see earlier this week, it hit this level, dropped down. That became a resistance key level. So that's an area and look. We're gonna get into it later, but Friday got up to that level close there, then sold back down. So that's another area. So we keep going. Let's find some more. Okay. So if we look right here, look at here, touched 1, 2, kind of 3, but for sure 3 right here. That's another big level right here. Acted as support, broke down, then it became resistance. That's another area. All right. So let's come in here and see what's going on here. So right here, I'm gonna mark that. Why? Look, it touched there. That's one. Came down here 2. Look back over here. Came through. Touched 3. And I'm sure if we go back some more, look, broke through, but came back to retest. Became a resistance. Touched down. Let's go a little further. Look, it's coming down. Touched this area. Went back up. So that's really good. Oh, I guess I did mark up Tesla a little bit, but that's back before I knew anything. But anyways, that's there. Let's lock that in. And it's important that on Webull you lock these because you can accidentally hit this one day and it moves and then you're all out of whack. You have to redo your key levels. But so zoom in a little. So we got some major key levels already for the hour time frame, but we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do another one right about here. Right about there. So you can see it hit this level, became a double bottom, then it sold back up. I mean, it bought back up at a big level, and it hasn't come back down. So that's the big one. And let's look over here. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. It's kind of just hitting this level, staying within this range for a while. Broke through here, came back retest, and then whoop, went up. So that's another big one. Then you can also argue these are some ones right here as well. As you can see, lots of touches. And forgive me if I'm not as fluent when talking about these. I'm sure there's lots of other videos where people are talking about these key levels more eloquently, but I try to dumb it down for myself, and hopefully it's dumbed down enough for you as well to where you can just get the concept. We're gonna do one right here as well. If you look here, touched, came down, went back up, touched, went down, touched, broke through, but then if you come back over here, kind of teetered on here, or teetered on here a little bit. So we're gonna mark that. And something also to note about these key levels, they're not always smaller time frames. You'll start to see, you know, when price moves, it may not exactly touch that area, but if it gets close and then does what you think it's gonna do, it's basically what you need. But anyway, so I think for now we're done with the hour time frame. Let's jump down to the 15-minute. And then we're basically going to do the same thing. Okay. So when I'm looking at this past week, I'm going to mark this. It's a little more trickier. I'm going to mark this level right here. Excuse me. I'm going to mark this level. So you can see earlier in the week, it broke through, touched back up, and then sold off for the rest of the day there. So that's a big one. So came back, broke the level, hit it as a support, went up. And then later in the day pre-market on, what is this? June 13th, it hit that level, went back up. So that's another key level on the 15-minute that we're going to mark. I'm sorry, we're looking at this one right here, but so hit that, broke down, and then it hit that as a resistance, cuts down, but then it broke through. So then we're going up. So it kind of teetered there and then broke through. So we're gonna keep that. Excuse me. So if we look right here, where it kind of consolidated a lot in this area right here, we're gonna mark that as a key level. When I see consolidation at a level, that tells me that there's either a lot of buyers or a lot of sellers there, and that's a key level we need to watch out for. And if you see on Friday, what happened? Boom. Price was going up, but then when it came down, it stopped at that level and then bought back up. And then where is it right now? Consolidating right on that level. So with just those marked, and actually let me, yeah, actually gonna do this right here as well. Could see a lot of consolidation kind of at this level. So it kind of was buying up into this level, stayed below it, broke through, it was coming back down. So a lot of consolidation at that level. Then it finally broke through and hit between this range right here, and then so on and so forth. So we got a lot of levels marked right now. So let's go to the 5 minute, which is the time frames that we would actually make our entries with those 5 minute dojis with higher volume than the previous. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like, and let's see if the levels that we marked are respected when it comes to the 5 minute time frame. Let's see. Okay. All right. So just about, right? So just about. So opened up pre-market. It came up, hit, what level is this? 513.64. Touched into there, couldn't break through, so kind of stayed down, stayed down, stayed down. But then when the market opened 9:30, it pushed through, went close to this 320.86 key level, and then sold back down. But look, it hit this 315.64 again, stayed there a little, and then sold up. And what happened when it got back to 386 or 320.86? Kind of teetered there, teetered there, teetered there, but then strong volume. Look at that. What is that? It's a 5 minute juicy doji with more volume than the previous 5 minute doji. Burst through, then we got that strong movement up. Let me tell you, I did not look at this much before marking these key levels, but this just proves it. Consolidation at this key level, didn't know if it was going to break through, didn't know if it was going to sell back down. But then what happened? Actually, there's two green dojis with higher volume. So look, we got this 1215 green doji with higher volume than the previous than the previous candle, and then we got this 1225, which is even stronger movement. 5 minute doji stronger, way higher volume than the previous red candle, and then the previous candle. So I don't know what to tell you, but boom, there it is. So that's just a little training. I wanted to show you guys how I do my key levels and how these key levels help me to focus in on areas where these juicy dojis form. And let's look at these things. Let's put some arrows. I think these deserve some arrows. Boom. There it goes. Boom. And look, another one right there. Boom, boom. So I don't know what else to tell you. These key levels will help you. And even though it is a part of my trading plan to not trade past 12, you may decide that you want to trade, you know, past 12 or do whatever. It is possible for you to, you know, find those dojis after 12. I just don't want to be stuck on the computer all day. That's why I typically stay with trading the SPY, because the SPY usually have those dojis before 12 all the time, and I don't have to stay on the charts all day. But if you want to try this strategy on other stocks or ETFs, be my guest. I've never really tried them on any others, so I really can't tell you if it's good or not. I just know with the SPY, it's A1. It's one. But that's our training on marking key levels. I hope you guys can take something from this and use it in your training. God bless you. Happy Father's Day, early Father's Day to those who are fathers out there. Y'all have a good one. See you.